Hello, you're watching an information program of the international public movement Change the World Together, CWT News. Today in the release.
Nodes in public access after quarantine, the review with details and advantages. Conferences, car rally, charity, a report from Sochi and Abkhazia. Prism, advertising in Moscow elevators and other events in the Community News Review.
About these and other events we will tell in more detail in a couple of seconds. The transfer is complete. After the quarantine, the nodes were shared. Our correspondent understood the details.
The updated node has three main functions. 1. Forging the process of creating blocks in the blockchain system, which supports the system's working capacity. For this work, forgers receive a network commission from all the transactions that have occurred in a specific block created by a specific node. Positive balance, which gives the opportunity to perform forging 1000 PZM. 2. Discovery Prism. For active participants of the project, this tool is now included in the node itself. It provides a full analysis of your team, same as before, your balance, the percentage of paramining, the total number of coins of your followers, all the referral relationships between the wallets of your followers and your wallet, as well as all the data regarding the balance and percentage of paramining of your followers, etc. In addition, through Discovery Aerial in the updated node, the concept of Prism inside Prism has been implemented. Now you can see who is the guru in relation to your wallet. Guru is a wallet from where you have received the highest number of coins of the total balance of your wallet. That is, Guru becomes the person exchange point who can, first of all, sell you Prism coins at a fixed rate, as well as can buy Prism coins back from you at a fixed rate. At the same time, it does not matter if the Guru wallet belongs to a professional exchange site or to a simple user who decides to become a dealer of Prism. Such a team basically starts its own Prism project within Prism Network by establishing its own set of rules for participation and by having its own fixed rate for the purchase and the sale of Prism, not depending on the market Prism rate at that point of time. By using the Discovery tool, Prism user always knows who has such an exchange point, Guru, for him, her, as well as where and at what rate she can buy, sell Prism at the moment. Basically, this concept allows any user of the system to have his/her own token based on Prism blockchain and to develop it independently within his/her own community. 3. Prism Messenger. The messenger is in the active stage of the development. Today, you can send or receive messages when transferring coins. Messages have an encryption protection that exceeds the one used in the well-known Telegram Messenger. Now let's proceed to the installation process. First, download the Java installation file and install the program on your computer. Next, enter prism.space in the address field of the browser. This will redirect you to a Prism account on an independent GitHub platform, where blockchain projects with open architecture are published. Here, in addition to the Prism cryptocurrency source code links to online wallet, client wallet, Android application, etc., you can also find a link to download the installer of the Prism node for Windows. After downloading and installing it, which does not take more than 5 minutes of your time, please run the Prism node. You need to fill out the table. IP address. For those who plan to perform forging, you are required to fill in this field. Enter your external static IP. The name of the node. It will be seen in the list of peers, in the column platform. This is optional. A private or a public node. The private node only downloads blocks but does not share anything. The public node downloads and shares blocks. By default, tick the box if you plan to start forging. Enable API server on port 9976. Enables API server and web wallet. By default, we tick the box. Admin password, the password for changing the node settings. You can create your own unique administrator password. This is optional. Please create one if you plan to change the node settings in the future. Launch desktop application. Enable and start the desktop application. Leave the tick in the box by default. Default account. Prism wallet address. This is optional. Save and start Prism Core. Save and run the node. Click to start the node. When you enter the Prism node for the first time, you need to wait for the blockchain to be synchronized 100%. Important. If you do not plan to create blocks through forging and you download the node only with the purpose of using Prism Discovery or Messenger, then the first time you install the node, you can directly press the Save and Start Prism Core button.
Inexact users received material assistance in the amount of 1,000 Prism. Scammers, through phishing or otherwise, lured Prism coins from inattentive and in some cases simply negligent users. We emphasize that it is impossible to crack wallets, and they can be emptied only if the user himself by unintentionally give his password phrase to the fraudsters for use. Once again, we emphasize the importance of financial accuracy in ensuring security. Do not buy coins of Prism in quantities of more than 1,000 in one hand.
It turned out that among the victims, more than 90% of all users who placed a request for restitution, they received compensation. However, be more attentive and conscious. Such a financial Prism aid will not be provided anymore.
A bouquet of good. This is the name of the charitable action that was held in the cities of Sochi and Stavropol. The guys gave the teacher for the Day of Knowledge of the 1st of September painted bouquets, and the money that will have been spent on fresh flowers was given to those who need them more. Details in the reportage.
The charitable action, Bouquet of Good, was held in the city of Sochi. Several hundreds of pupils took part in it. By the Day of Knowledge on the 1st of September, children drew bouquets and made a present of these pictures to teachers instead of bouquets of fresh flowers. All the money that should have been spent on flowers was transferred to the account of the charitable foundation, Lifeline. Prism community leaders in the region note that in the plans were to hold an action only in the territory of large Sochi, but suddenly the Stavropol region joined in. Representatives of the Prism community sponsored the event. All participants received memorable prizes, branded cups with the Prism logo. Now the final stage of the action is in progress. Teachers from the art school will choose 3 winners. 3 more prizes from Prism will be given to 3 main winners already this week. It is planned to send to Stavropol a Prism representative who will give to participants memorable prizes and a letter of thanks to the head of the class. A motor rally was held in the region in order to consolidate a positive image and even more popularize the Prism advanced cryptocurrency. Prism leaders in the region note that the advanced cryptocurrency is gaining popularity, and now it enjoys active and very serious business support. For Prism coins in Sochi, you can buy almost everything from services such as haircut or manicure to buying real estate, and also very easily you can pay by Prism coins in a restaurant or car showroom. Also in Sochi there was a conference organized by Prism leaders in the region. They represented the Prism Turbo program, a project of the regional community, which allows receiving additional partner rewards from the work of the team. The team from Sochi also reports on the launch of the exchanger with a fixed exchange rate at the level of $1. A conference was also held in Abkhazia, which can be called a kind of basic combat training course. The organizers explained in detail to the audience what is the whole of the cryptocurrency, and also how the Prism advanced cryptocurrency is favorably different from the others.
Crypto world continuing to develop in spite of the roller coaster price ride and state regulation. Detailed in a traditional review.
Today, a lot of people around the world understand that the existing world financial system built on fiat money, the banking system, is not effective. In fact, this system, which is based on the US dollar, is a fraudulent financial pyramid, and ordinary people are victims of this fraud. And the whole world is looking for an alternative to this system in order to rebuild. Interest in cryptocurrencies was fueled by hopes of creating a fair financial system built on a decentralized currency. Until a certain time, it was Bitcoin. But today it is quite clear that the promised equal rights and opportunities left no trace. Today Bitcoin is not an alternative, but an analog of the US dollar, but with an issuing center elsewhere. The Federal Reserve System has been replaced by large mining pools that govern the rules of the game for the entire community. This is the reason for the Great Crypto Wreck of 2018, as the Bloomberg columnist called it. The fall of the cryptocurrency market this year was -80%. However, the very technology of blockchain is absolutely revolutionary, and the future in it. At this stage, a new spiral of development of blockchain technologies is taking place, and not only the financial system is waiting for change. It is possible that there will be whole blockchain states where, in addition to financial, other systems will be built on the blockchain system. For example, registration of land plots or movable, immovable property. And investments in state programs will be collected using smart contracts to finance the real sector of the economy. After all, the technology of blockchain can bring to the state structure the lack of transparency, openness, justice, and as a result, public confidence. One of the Bitcoin fork is now belong to new master. Two pools have established control over more than 50% of the total Bitcoin Cash network hash, and it is possible that Bitcoin Cash, which at one time split from Bitcoin, will itself be split into two separate chains. But the problem is not so much in the usurpation of power, but in the fact that there is a struggle for a cryptocurrency dinosaur. After all, the source code of cryptocurrency is the rule, and the Bitcoin rule has a fundamental error, which eventually leads to the usurpation of power, when large pools, having power, change the rules for the whole community. Fight for cryptocurrency with obsolete technology is pointless. Today it is necessary to create a new generation cryptocurrency, the source code of which does not allow subsequent centralization. The Bitcoin extraction is 20 times cheaper than gold. This conclusion was made from the calculations of the investor from Panda Analytics, who one more time called the first digital currency the digital gold. However, such a comparison is akin to the power calculation of the writing of books and its burning. After all, mining of bitcoins is a waste of work. The extracted gold is used not only as a financial accumulation, but also in complex medical and other devices that strengthen progress. In this case, the price of the extracted resource is determined by the cost of its extraction, and the price of bitcoins does not depend on the cost of production. This is speculation on the stock exchange, and those functions that were originally laid in Bitcoin can now be performed without the incredible energy costs that are necessary for mining. In addition, the new generation cryptocurrencies, which have already replaced Bitcoin, give greater speed, they have more bandwidth and lower commission. And the such cryptocurrencies is the future.
The Prism cryptocurrency community as well continues to develop. Now Maxim with us. He will tell us about a new platform that provides the exchange of quality goods for Prism coins. Hello Maxim. Tell us about the site. What is the reason of its creation and how will it function?
All the best of the day in connection with Maxim Stepiak. As we know, Prism followers are getting bigger every day, and many of us can benefit each other. One of us is a professional in providing this or that service. Someone is the owner of a certain high-quality goods. It is for this reason that the platform was created so that all Prism followers could easily find one another in one place. Part of the product will be placed on the site with a direct link to the manufacturer. Also, part of the goods will be placed directly on the platform, since we have agreements with the people providing the goods. Already now you can choose from a large catalog different goods offered today by followers. Also, the options for high-quality brand clothing from the Prism itself.
Who can provide their products for this site, and what is needed for this?
As far as it goes, absolutely every successor of Prism can place his goods or services on this site. To do this, it is sufficient to fill in the form on the website or in the group WaContactee and indicate all the necessary information in the form that is provided there. To clarify the details of the delivery of goods, the manager will contact. It was also very important for us to protect our customers so that the quality of goods and services was at a high level. We will have a certain process built with the supplier of the goods so that we clearly understand that the goods and services that are provided to Prism followers correspond to both the quality and the declared form that the person provides.
How do I see the future prospects of advanced cryptocurrency Prism, and do you share the ideals of the international social movement CWT?
You know, I like this image very much. On the one hand, Prism is an one-year kid, and on the other hand it is a very powerful child, because it completely corresponds to the instrument that is necessary for us to achieve our goal, both as a private individual for man and globally for all mankind. This tool is sharp. It allows you to quickly achieve your goals, closes many needs. I have been using this tool for almost a year, and I still make discoveries that simply delight me. How universal this tool is in application, in life, and so on. For entrepreneurs, just like for the working class or businessmen, it is an interesting tool that opens up opportunities for entering a new market. It becomes unique, and those laws that are in the old economy work here quite differently. They need to be built, and you can do it today, because we have everything for this. This is Prism. Certainly, there are things that we can globally change in relation to this world. The Prism tool is very suitable for this. I'll tell you a secret. It will delight me. I literally dreamed about 3 days ago about how the 4th generation of my children used those purses that I have today in this form without adding any new opportunities.
Thank you, Maxim. And our release will continue the review of the events of the Prism community.
4,000 elevators in Moscow and the Moscow region now introduce their passengers the advanced Prism cryptocurrency. You go into the elevator car, there is a vandal-proof construction, and our ad layout is located there. In our plan in the next month, this is for October, is a ad placing in elevators in other cities, not only in Moscow and the Moscow region, but also in nearby cities. And we also want to place advertising in cities with 1 million inhabitants, such as St. Petersburg, Kazan. We have very promising prospects. We will move on. Prism leaders are confident that such promotion will be maximally productive in the closed space of the elevator, as already indicated by positive statistics. From such quantity for 10 days at us on a site prism.change.com, the attendance is more thousand. The effect is stick out a mile. With the help of Yandex metrics and various ways we saw it, the audience is very interesting, at the age of 35 to 40 years. Prism is positive cryptocurrency. There are many good reviews. People say that it is already possible to pay by Prism coins, and this is a huge plus for the average consumer. In the cinema you can buy tickets for coins Prism. You can drink a cup of coffee in the restaurant. It's just wonderful. Information site is a platform for communication. New Prism information platform Prism team is presented. This is a decentralized site, similar to the well-known portal prism.club, but to the new site added the ability to communicate. Here, activists can post news themselves. The site is already operational at the moment the registration is going. The international public movement, Change the World Together, is gaining momentum in Turkey. CWT leaders regularly hold conferences and forums, detailing and actively promoting the ideas of a fair financial system. One such event took place last weekend, and also talking about an effective financial tool to achieve these ideas. Such instrument is undoubtedly the advanced and truly decentralized Prism cryptocurrency. Participants of the forum told about Prism advantages over other cryptocurrencies. There were no questions left without an answer.
It's all for today. We wish to the world the prosperity of common sense, and as a result of the upsurge to activists and participants of the international public movement CWT, the users of the Prism advanced cryptocurrency. Together, we really can change the world, making it not ideal, but a little better. Stay with us. See you soon.